A minute and 38 seconds. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kevin Zwicker from Fast Count coming at you. Before I get into this video, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe. A minute and 38 seconds. That's all it took for Chelsea Green to take the Women's United States Championship off of Giulia on SmackDown. Now, we've reached a point where, just me personally, I could come on here and I could rant about how great of a worker Giulia is and how crazy it is that WWE has seemingly fumbled her and made it to a point to where she was the US champion and they took the title off of her in less than 2 minutes and just go off about how they have just done everything possibly wrong with Giulia. But guys, let's just be completely honest with ourselves. And it's times like this where I think back to the quote that Kenny Omega put out there a while back. Now, I'm kind of paraphrasing this, but he basically came out and said that WWE has kind of become a parody of what professional wrestling is. Now, I'm not 100% in agreement to that statement. I think that what AEW does and what WWE does, it's kind of two sides of the same coin. I think that there's multiple ways to skin a cat and there's multiple ways to provide professional wrestling. I don't think there's a right and a wrong way to do it. But I think it's abundantly clear that WWE values character work and aura and catchphrases and all of these things over work rate. And that's fine. They have been successful for multiple different decades and multiple different time periods with this same formula for the most part. We always hear about this debate about moments over matches. And if you really think and look back at your memories as a professional wrestling fan, I feel like most people have the same type of mindset that I do. You remember moments, depending on how old you are. You remember Andre the Giant getting slammed by Hulk Hogan. You remember Austin in the beer truck. You remember, the first time Austin stunnered McMahon, or Triple H making his return in the Garden. You remember all these things over matches, right? So WWE has a point in the way that they do things and why they are on the top of the mountain when it comes to the professional wrestling landscape. But you see somebody like Giulia, who it felt as if this was somebody, at least in my mind, who's a ready-made star. You already had a successful blueprint as to how you could present her on WWE television by the work that she was doing in NXT. But it's become abundantly clear, too, that they have this plan for Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green, she is somebody who I consider to be very versatile in her role in WWE. She reminds me of a female Miz. And I know Miz gets a lot of crap very often from fans, but think about this. Miz is somebody who you can put him in the opening match of the show, and you would say, okay. You could put him in a middle of the show, okay. Main event of the show, okay. Host of a WrestleMania, okay. All of these things, right, feel very natural for the Miz to do because he's such versatile in his role and is able to perform at an adequate level at no matter what you give him. And Chelsea Green is somebody who's very, very similar, to me in that aspect. That anything that they give her, she is able to do a good to very good job. And they have the storyline with her and Ethan Page, them being the two Canadians on screen. So I think right now, WWE, they have a bigger plan in mind for Chelsea Green than they do with Giulia. But SmackDown, for me, has really become the graveyard for any babyface that's not named Rhodes. They have easily been putting on some of the worst wrestling television of the week for a good amount of time. I remember when Road Dogg was named the head of creative over there. AJ Styles wanted to come to bat for him. He retweeted that that news story, and he said, now, kind of basically paraphrasing, now let's see what the guy can do when he doesn't have Vince McMahon basically tearing up and crapping on every single idea that he has. We've given him enough time, and it looks like the guy is just genuinely bad at what he does. But I don't think WWE cares at the moment. I feel bad for Giulia. I know that her and Stephanie McCure, they are two people who coming into WWE had a lot of hype due to the work that they were doing previously to coming into WWE. Giulia, somebody who many people consider to probably be the best in-ring worker from the female side in professional wrestling prior to her coming in. She lost the title in less than 2 minutes to Chelsea Green, and hopefully she can bounce back from this. Hopefully SmackDown and WWE as a whole can really do something to where they get the fans back in their favor. Because right now, from a creative standpoint, it doesn't feel like people are really digging what they're doing. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Are you okay with Giulia losing the title, this quickly? Are you somebody who is a fan of Chelsea Green and it doesn't matter how they got to it? You're okay with her having the title, even if it means making Giulia look weak? Let me know in the comment section, guys. Are you actually somebody who enjoys SmackDown? If you do, I really, really, really want to know what is it that you like about it currently right now. I'm Kevin Zwicker, guys. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button. I'm out.